Hey everybody, so I have the Nikon ZF here, that's ZF, not ZF. Nikon ZF here, and we're gonna take a look at, oh no, that's not it. Okay, so the ZF is actually here. Why did I get this one? Now, two reasons, or three reasons why I got this one. One is the style, I like the style, but that's not the main reason. Why did I pre-order this one? Well, two main features that intrigued me were the 10-bit video and the IBIS. So other Nikon cameras have IBIS. I think Nikon Z5 and Z6 and all those Z7 and all those cameras have IBIS, but no other affordable camera that Nikon makes has 10-bit video internal. Now Z6 and Z6 II and Z7 and all those cameras, they have 10-bit video, but you have to get an external recorder like a Ninja, and it's bulky on top and it costs extra money, and I don't like bulky on top. I'm not a dedicated video creator, but I do like to create some videos when I'm traveling, or just some videos of my family, or even professional videos. But I do not like to have a huge setup with the recorder on top. I wanted internal 10-bit. So those two features were something that intrigued me from the get-go, and I pre-ordered this camera. Now, another thing obviously is the double card slot, but that was never a deal breaker for me. I don't necessarily absolutely need two card slots, but it is a nice thing to have. And you have a micro SD actually in there, which I think is a good solution because it doesn't compromise the size of the camera, but it gives you that second card slot, and you can back up your work, or you can have more memory. So I'm not gonna go over all the specs here and what it has, what it doesn't have. This is just the first impression. But what did I think about this camera when I took it out of the box? It wasn't as perfect as I imagined it to be. Now, I'm not disappointed very much, because it's still a great camera and I will definitely use it. I will not return it or sell it or anything like that. But a few things kind of disappointed me a little bit. Again, they're not deal breakers, but so my ZFC, for example, I like the camera, but the build of it is a little bit on the cheap side, and especially this leatherette here, if you can call that leatherette because it feels like plastic. On the ZFC, it is extra cheap feel when you touch it. This one is a little bit better, but not that much better for a fairly pricey camera. Now, I paid 2,700 Canadian for this. For a pricey camera, I think they could have done a better job and have actual, like, softer leatherette that would feel much, much better than this. That's the first thing that I realized. Now, the top and the bottom are some kind of metal or something, good quality material for sure. The dials are much better than on the ZFC, and everything else is pretty good. But also, what I was kind of disappointed a little bit were these buttons in the back. They also feel kind of cheaply made. Not something that you will break necessarily, but they are kind of, don't feel like a $2,700 camera. Other than that, it's a very good camera, I think, and obviously you know, some things might bother some people, like this lack of this grip here. It doesn't bother me that much, but that's just the style of the camera. I can't complain about that because I knew that this camera didn't have a grip. Another small thing is that the dials are actually very sticky. Even to turn it on, you need a lot of force on that switch. And so if you're holding it like that, this front dial is also kind of sticky. Hard to turn, sort of. And I'm not a big fan of the shutter button either. It's very light. You think you're focusing and then you press it and you're not even aware that you pressed to take a photo because it's very light. But none of those are deal breakers. It's a good camera. I like the style. I like the size. I like the features inside. Again, you can't go wrong with 10-bit video, and you can't go wrong with IBIS. Some people don't like IBIS. I used to not like IBIS, but it definitely showed me that it's a valuable thing, because when I would travel and I don't want to always carry around a gimbal, so the IBIS comes in handy. Is it a 10 out of 10 that I hoped it would be? It's not 10 out of 10 camera. It's more like an 8.5 out of 10 camera, but 8.5 is still pretty good. And I will create with this camera both photos and videos, and I will make videos on what I create. So if you're interested to see what this camera can do, I will do that in the near future. So please subscribe and stay tuned until the next video.